beginning of a new song at the end of Not Like Us was the first song on his album. So he was already thinking album when we were still listening to Not Like Us. I was like,
yeah, he was thinking so far ahead. We've been talking about these guys for I think 4 or 5 episodes now, and they're still relevant on the trend. It's again Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So what has happened was Drake sued UMG, and his claim was that they have invested in promoting the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us single so much that it's hurting him. Him being an artist also signed under UMG, also with a deal with them that it's illegal for them to spend so much promotion like on a diss track, but to spend disproportionate amount on promoting the diss tracks. That's his claim, and that they have directly tried to hurt one of the people that they also work for. Especially at the point where he's trying to renegotiate his contract with them. So basically they're saying they pay all the radio people to play the stuff, they pay Spotify to put it on top. And they are currently being sued, and the UMG guys are coming and saying, if you want to sue anyone, go sue Kendrick. But he's not doing that. He's actually suing the label. What are your thoughts?
I feel like it's an interesting one. I can understand that Drake is Drake at the end of the day. And that sort of move, it would feel like when I saw the legal papers or like document on Shade Room, I felt like I see where he's coming from actually, because I see this notion of I'm the main guy. Like no matter how we want to see Kendrick or whatever, Drake is the main money guy when it comes to like with any label or with UMG, you know? So I think he's just sort of expecting some level of immunity.
Preferential treatment, you mean?
Exactly. Some sort of.
Yeah, but how does that come into? Yeah, so I mean, his expectation. Okay, fine. I think anyone can have whatever expectation that they want to have. It's a business at the end. Like I'm just saying, so let's start from logic only. How does it come into my expectation was not met, even though it's not a contractual? I don't think they have anything in his contract that states that no artist will ever get more promotion budget than him, being the biggest, one of the biggest artists in their label. I don't think it's in his contract. So his expectation and what he has contractually. So this is just simple logic.
Yeah.
How does it then come to him being able to wanting to sue them or suing them? Like,
I feel like the law can be an ass sometimes, you know, like the law is very tricky, and there might be some sort of interpretation that might be able to defend this. Right?
The one thing that they're holding on to is they will interpret it as because they think Kendrick Lamar said certain things in the record that were defamatory, and then promoting a defamatory statement against him means that they actually directly look out for his downfall.
Yeah.
Yes. But he also said defamatory things about Kendrick on his own songs that also got released. So if you're arguing, they promoted one that more than the other, it still won't hold unless you haven't done your own side of things as well.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Because Kendrick they promoted both songs, but one more than the other, according to him. So if his song has gone farther from their promotion as well, would he still have sued them for promoting Kendrick at all? Or is this just a case of a little boy that lost the game and rushed home to call his daddy and say no one is playing anymore? He's not arguing that they distributed one and they didn't distribute his own, and that they spent on one and they didn't spend on his own. It's just saying they spent more on the other, which is a fucking weird argument to have. They spent more on the other.
Because it's not about the money at the end of the day. If they spent enough money on both projects, I think the one people like the most would be the one that goes further, right? So
that's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Unfortunately for him, that's exactly what happened. And he has also been on the winning side of these things before.
For so long. Yeah. I think he's just not used to losing anymore, that is acting so irrationally right now. He has been winning for
Because
so long.
yeah, and I know I've played like the bad cop for a bit now. Let me come
Yeah.
back to the good cop side to say, well, maybe Drake has a point. Let's say he has a case and everything.
Yeah.
Culturally, as a hip hop artist that's trying to make a name for himself as one of the greatest in the game, how does this move impact that solidification?
Nah, he just messed that up, man. Like all this argument of he's not a real rapper, he's a pop artist, he's this, he's that. He just lost that battle. He doesn't have a leg to stand on anymore when it comes to being considered a rap artist, like a proper rap head, because this is not what you do. You take
They're
your
not
L
like
and
us.
you move on.
They're not like us. Like even his entire background as a black person has been questioned here.
Yeah, I think Kendrick was much more strategic than he thought. It's like this battle, right? And you feel like, yeah, your opponent, yeah, you crush him, like, because you feel like he didn't have any sort of strategy. But as things unfold, then you're like, wow. Because this whole move to me feels on so many levels like organized, and you know what I'm saying? Like
It's quite,
now
yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
The last song at the beginning of a new song at the end of Not Like Us was the first song on his album. She was already thinking album when we were still listening to Not Like Us. And I'm like,
Yeah, he was thinking so far ahead. The way he dropped those songs, the people he worked with,
yeah.
I think it was super strategic. And Drake just ran into maybe Jekyll had some guys that cared about him in Kendrick's camp, and they told him,
guy, this is bigger than it's
the
not
blueprint
random.
that I've seen, man. It's absolutely
I
not
swear,
random.
100%.
It was coming
Yeah.
from a feature on Future Song, right? Boom, and then it turned into all this big success that we see now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I think
massive blow, man.
Drake got played, but I've also seen some people on Drake's camp saying this was Drake's strategy from the beginning as well, because
What strategy, man?
because Charlamagne that God already said about 4 weeks ago or like 6 weeks ago that now a lawsuit is what's going to follow.
Yeah. I said that.
But maybe I don't understand the music game enough. Maybe there's something with the lawsuit, as you said. Maybe there's something, and we'll find out.
Nah. From the perspective of the cultural part of rap and hip hop, with this lawsuit, you lost the streets already. You lost the people. Anyone
That's
who
what I
takes
think
rap
as well.
seriously would never respect Drake anymore. It's like, nah.
I
bro.
agree with you. That's what I think as well. That's what I think as well. But let's see. Let's see how it plays out. We wish them all the best as always. Let's see how it plays out. Honestly, I listen to Drake. I listen to Kendrick. I would say if I would lean more when I think who is a better rapper between the two of them, it's absolutely going to be Kendrick, and it's not even as close as you would imagine from my side. I'm just trying to put out my leanings so that people can also put that into the context of maybe how I'm thinking
You
about
see,
it.
yeah.
Because I might be biased as well. But I've always respected Drake as a good music artist. As a musician in general, I think Drake is a top guy. I think he deserves all the success that he has gotten. I think I wish that he will continue to be more successful as well. I'm just a little bit worried that he's breaking down mentally and he's not acting right. I'm worried about that because now I think he just is solidifying Kendrick's claim by the day.
Of everything. Yeah.
Like this loss did not have to be this extreme. Let me give an example. It should have taken from someone like Jay-Z's playbook. When Nas and Jay-Z had their beef, right? A lot of the hip-hop head thought Ether was the king of any diss track you can think of, right?
All time. That's what it's to say. Yeah.
Exactly. So meaning Nas won the whole diss beef thing, right? Like everyone thought this was the case.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z still had the last laugh by being level-headed. He even signed Nas to Rock Nation at the end. You know, being level-headed, taking his time, settling down and doing his own thing. But Drake seems to be spiraling and I'm a little bit worried for him.
And that says it all, no?
Exactly. It doesn't seem like he's as smart as I thought he was.
It's not like he's not smart. I think now the idea of Kendrick calling him out or calling him a phony or like some malicious guy is just so true that it doesn't know how to respond. With Jay-Z and Nas, for example, these are like two guys that people respect already, and Jay-Z lost to arguably maybe one of the best rappers of all time. And he's like, okay,
Arguably the
cool.
best lyricist. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I take my L and move on. But when they penetrate you when they come for you, I thought that was the wrong choice of word. When they come for you for things like this, calling you fake, calling you all sort of things, like, yeah, you're just riding on the black, like half black wave to, then in you feel like this is true. I think this is the outcome that you get from such a person, because you feel seen. You feel like, man, the world knows this. Exposed now. Yeah.
I'm looking at Drake. Drake became a streamer. He's doing all the silly hairstyles. He's jumping on music with some funny voice. He's turning himself into a comedian.
He's doing everything but doing music.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know.